Hello my lovelies, welcome back. I hope you are all doing well. This is a yoga stretch class to help you touch your toes. Even if you can touch your toes already, it's just going to be a class to help you go deeper into your forward folds, whether that's standing or whether that's seated. If you have a strap, then grab one. We will need one at the beginning of the class, so if you don't have a strap, you can use the tie of anything, of a coat, of a dressing gown, an actual tie, anything you can put around the sole of your foot and hold with both hands. And then if you have blocks, they may also come in handy, especially if you're quite tight in your hamstrings. You can always modify by using big books or boxes. I'm trying to think of other things that you might have around the house. But you can improvise. When there is a will, there is a way. So go and grab your mat and we will get stretching. Okay guys, we are going to begin our practice on our backs. Just having your strap handy, coming all the way down. And just settling into the mat. Let the hands rest on the belly. And just bringing awareness to the breath. Letting the body go here before we begin this practice. Allowing your mind to become aware of the breath, of the physical body. Just drawing all of your awareness into this present moment. Slowly drawing in your right knee. You can interlace your fingers and just hug the right knee in. Give it a little rock from side to side. And then from here, taking your strap around the sole of the foot and pressing your foot up towards the ceiling. And we don't want anything intense here. We don't want to be yanking the leg in towards us. We want a little micro bend into the knee or a bigger bend if you are quite tight in the hamstring. And we're just going to really gently move the leg slightly from side to side. And this just helps to massage into the back of the hamstring. And as we draw slightly across the body, you might feel more of a stretch moving into your IT band. And again, as we move out to the side, maybe into the inner hip. So just closing into the eyes here and noticing all of these sensations that are arising in the back of the leg. And just allowing the leg to find stillness, to come back to center. And we're going to use the breath here. So drawing in a big inhale. As you exhale, flex the foot. So draw the toes in towards you. Press your foot into the strap, heel up towards the ceiling. You'll probably feel more of a pull into your calf muscle. Bending your elbows out to the side so we're open through the chest. And this is all in an exhale. We just draw the leg a little closer towards us. Easing off on your next inhale. Keep that flexion through the foot, deepen on that second exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. And slowly letting go of that right leg. This time we hug in the left knee, interlacing the fingers. And again, just giving the left knee a little rock from side to side. And then bringing the strap around the sole of the left foot. And again, we're nice and gentle here. We want to feel a little bit of pull, but nothing intense. And we can be quite neutral through the foot. And as we gently start to sway that left leg from side to side, ever so slightly. Again, we just become aware of all the sensations that we're feeling in the leg, completely connected to the body here. And allowing the leg to come back to center. We find those 3 deeper breaths here, flexing the foot on that exhale. So drawing in a big inhale. As you exhale, bending the elbows out to the side, we're open through the chest. Keep drawing the toes in towards you, pressing your heel up towards the ceiling. Inhale, easing off. Exhale, deepening that stretch. One more inhale. And exhale. All in the breath. And slowly easing off. Giving the legs a little rock. Or the back a little rock. Legs a little hug in. We're going to make our way up to standing from here. So you can either keep your hands on the front of the knees or back of the knees. As you take a little rock up and down the spine. Take as much time as you need to come to standing. Just realized my head is going to be cut out the frame. If we're not standing for long, we're going to go straight into our fold. So this is where your blocks may come in handy. We want the feet to be hips distance apart, toes pointing forward. A soft bend into the knees. If you are up here and you feel very tight in the hamstrings, you're going to bring a deeper bend into the knees so that you stretch the belly of the hamstring and not just the attachment points at the back of the knee. And at the top of the glute, you want to get into the belly of the hamstring. And so that you take out tension from the lower back as well. So take a moment to support yourself. You can have your hands on blocks, or touching the mat, or maybe you've got your hands on your shins. Just finding a few breaths wherever you are, completely allowing the crown of the head to drop, the spine to round. Direct your awareness into the backs of the legs. If this is enough, you stay here using the extra support wherever the hands are, or we find the elbows. Just to find our ragdoll, and this puts a little bit more weight in the upper body to stretch out the hamstrings a little more. So find the elbows, crown of the head drops. With every exhale, you want to soften all the way down the spine. The back of the neck is relaxed and the head is heavy. The face relaxed. You can bring in a little movement from side to side as always if that feels good. And then either bringing the hands back to your shins, to blocks, or to the mat. We're going to do 3 halfway lifts. So on an inhale, we want to straighten out the spine. You can lift onto your fingertips, whether that's on blocks, and up here, or maybe you have to draw the hands higher up the legs. We want to straighten out the spine, open the chest, draw the shoulder blades down the back, and we want this motion of tilting the tailbone up towards the ceiling and drawing the belly closer to the thighs. And we want to keep this length through the spine. We should already feel a pull through the hamstrings as we exhale into our fold. You might want to use the hands around the backs of the legs to draw you in a little closer. And we find 2 more. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, keep that length through the spine, forward fold. One more, inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway. This time we step back with the left foot. And it doesn't have to be far. We're turning the left heel in. Our hips are nice and square. And if your fingertips are struggling to reach the mat, then you have your blocks, hopefully, that you can take your hands onto. Or if not, maybe you have to just bring more of a bend into your front knee. If you can, you're straightening it out, not locking out the knee, but keeping a little micro bend into it. So left hip draws forward and the right hip pulls back. On an inhale, same thing that we did in our forward fold. We lengthen the spine, open the chest, look forward. Keep that length through the spine as we exhale to fold. And we find 2 more. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Last one. Inhale, halfway. Big exhale, forward fold. Just pause here for a few more rounds of the breath. And then bending deeper into the right knee. Take your time to step to the top of the mat. Or back to where we came from. Soft bend into the knees, we find our ragdoll again. And just take a little rock from side to side. And we're switching sides. So slowly step back with the right foot this time. 45 degrees with that back foot. Hips are square, so draw your left hip back this time. Right hip draws forward. Hands can come onto your blocks. Inhale halfway. Lengthen the spine, open the chest. Keep that length through the spine as you exhale, forward fold. 2 more. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. One more. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, last time to fold. Staying here for a few more rounds of the breath. And then soft bend into the front knee, step back to the top of the mat. Last ragdoll, find the elbows, crown of the head drops. Maybe it feels a little better than the first one. I'm going to do one more standing forward fold to finish. Not to finish, before we come down to seated. So you might want to do peace fingers around the big toes for this one. Or again, hands to the shins or fingertips to the mat. It's the same movement of inhale, halfway lengthening the spine, opening the chest. Keep that length through the spine as you exhale. If you're holding the big toes, bend the elbows out to the side. Open through the chest. Use those big toes to grip into the fingers. Then we draw the crown of the head down towards the mat. Slowly release, bending into the knees. Come all the way to seated. Extending the legs out in front, we're going to do a straight leg forward fold, which is actually one of my least favorite poses. I just find it very uncomfortable, which means it is one that I need to keep doing. So I feel your pain in this one. Hopefully not pain, but discomfort. We will breathe through it. So a way to modify our straight leg forward fold if you can't touch your toes is of course to use your strap. Take it around the soles of both feet. Hold the strap in both hands. Or hands coming underneath the backs of the knees, and you can have a little bend into the backs of the knees if you're pretty tight in your hamstrings. If you can touch your toes, peace fingers round the big toes. Or if that starts to sort of hurt the toes a little bit, hands over the top of the toes. And this can be harder because you're finding flexion through the feet as you draw your toes in, so you get more into your calf muscle. And it's the exact same motion here. So whether you've got the back of the knees, the strap, or the feet, it's the same motion. We inhale, lengthen the spine, draw the shoulder blades down the back. You're pulling your chest towards your feet, and we're drawing the belly towards the thighs. With this lengthened spine, we exhale to fold, slowly hinging from the hips. You might be able to allow the head to drop and the spine to round, but if you feel it pulling too much through the lower back, then you want to stay lifted in the chest. You want to avoid this movement, sort of deep rounding of the spine. And we want to try and close that gap between the belly and the thighs. We'll do 2 more breaths here. So inhale, ease up, straighten out the spine, open the chest. Big exhale, bending the elbows out to the side, forward fold. Last one, inhale, lengthen the spine, open the chest. You can spend a little bit of time in this last one if you wish. Exhale to fold. So maybe you want to change the position of the arms once you fold it down. Maybe you want to completely relax into this pose. Stay here for 3 more rounds of the breath. Slowly coming back up on your inhale. And just releasing into the back a little by taking a twist. Just take one hand to the outside of the leg, one hand behind the back, gazing over the shoulder. And just do the same in the opposite direction. Maybe just bringing the hands behind the back, either fingertips turning out to the side or fingertips facing in. As you inhale, lift the chest towards the ceiling. Chin can stay tucked towards the chest, or slowly dropping it back. 3 breaths here, just opening up through the chest after all of our folding forward. And slowly coming back up. And we'll just gently cross the legs together. Bring the hands to the heart center. One big inhale, lengthen the spine. One big exhale, relax into the body. Take a moment to thank yourself for taking this time out, dedicating it to those hamstrings, the physical body, and most importantly, the mind. Bow the head to the heart. Namaste.